Howdy, everyone. Welcome tonight. Tonight, we're going to do another cooking episode where we talk about the proper way of seasoning your meat. And a lot of fun, a lot of new things for Don't Be That Guy. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. I always say that about every episode. You know what? I do. So let's get to it, guys. Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Man-O-Rama, the 95th episode. Fantastic. We've yet to be canceled. I don't know if that is on our side or God is just watching over us. Who knows? But thank you, baby Jesus. But let's introduce everyone. We're gonna go around the table. Vincent, how's your week been?
My week has gone surprisingly well, all things considered.
Fantastic.
It's safe to say that summer is finally over because I went outside to smoke a cigarette this morning and I had to go back inside and I had to get a coat. So yeah, it's fucking cold.
I bet it is. And Canadian Spider-Man, how's your week been?
Hello, yeah, it's been fantastic. I've been trying to get out and get a deer and get hunting, but just haven't gotten any luck yet. Haven't seen anything, but yeah, lots of bonfires this week too. So it's been good.
And Disney
Nice.
Shooter, how's your week been?
Yeah, I just got back. I've been very busy. It's been a busy couple of weeks with these hurricanes. So.
Oh, I bet.
I'm sure.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, man. It's been fun. Rick.
Yes, present. First of all, if you're gonna praise baby Jesus, it's 6 pound 8 ounce baby. Please get it right.
Fair enough. 6 pound 8 ounce baby Jesus.
Second, as far as my week, it's been awesome. It's only Tuesday, and I've already been working my ass off. So there's that. Then again, today's technically my Monday, so this is the beginning of my week. But
Nice.
right now, I'm smoking a cigar and hanging out with the fellas. So
Heck
couldn't
yeah.
get much better.
Sweet.
There you go. I know Comic Relief Crusader is there somewhere at the back.
I am.
Geez, okay.
Whoa.
How you doing? Hey, whoa. Hands up.
Well,
Why is your
Gain
hair
down-
so hot?
gain down a bit,
I
bro.
Yeah, turn it-
know.
For a second.
How about this?
That's better.
Okay, cool.
Well, I can barely hear you now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
that's better.
about a quarter more.
He's gonna punch his computer screen, everything.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh yeah. Look
How
here,
about this?
guys. As as Comic Relief Crusader is trying to figure out his mic thing, all he has to do is just bump it up a little bit. My week has been busy, planning out the few weeks for episodes for this place, and yeah, my wife's like, let's get some property, so we're looking at property and all that fun stuff, because she wants goats. She wants some baby Jesus goats. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. There he is.
It's good to have animals.
Yes.
These animals are delicious.
Oh,
Yes, they are. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, they are. We've got
So,
some steak
nice.
Nicely done.
I know.
and some
Ooh.
That was some shiny chicken.
chicken, and of course the pork. The pork. Lots of pork.
He's going all out today.
Yeah.
So,
There's
Comic
a
Relief Crusader,
sirloin.
if you bump up your sound for your mic, Not to the point where you sound like a person at Home Depot, aisle 9, go, aisle 9. Like, just a nice, subtle, And here today, we still can't hear you.
Yeah, no, you're muted. I can read lips though.
We can read lips.
Good.
We'll do the bad lip thing.
Oh, there we go. Bad lip reading. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So how's your week been?
It's been crazy. It's been up and down. Helping this guy next door, to the shop where I'm at. He had a bad fire. So, trying to help him raise some money and whatnot. So, so there's that. And, trying to finish off a commission for a certain person that we know whose birthday's coming up. And on top of that, seeing how Disney Sheepherder's at. So there we go. I got his t-shirt on. There we go.
Nice.
So I've joined the Legion of the Sheep, and I have Disney Sheepherder thing for that. So there we go.
I was not informed there was a uniform for this evening, so now I'm disappointed.
I didn't know either. I actually do have the same shirt as what Disney Sheepherder and Mike are wearing. It's just mine's in the hamper because I've worn it for a couple of days, and it was time to wash it. It's a nice shirt. Thank you very much.
So good.
I gotta send one to Canadian Spider-Man as soon as I get his PO box. DM me, brother.
And tonight we're going to get into one of our favorite subjects.
Twitter.
Yahtzee.
Twitter.
Hey, guys.
X.
TwitX.
Yeah. All right. So tonight we're going to go through some. These are news articles I've looked up, some random photos. Usually I try to tie it in with don't be that guy with cooking subjects. But I was like, you know what? We're going to rip in a bunch enough tofu, soy boy weirdos tonight anyways. So I'm giving them a break for right now, and then we'll get to them, and then we'll just tenderize it.
Nice.
But so here's this one. Todd Phillips defends Joker, whatever the stupid last title of that movie is, citing a political message to diminish problematic male influence. Guys, what is the problem with this dipshit?
The problem
Everything.
is that he's alive and that this movie was made. Those are the two main problems.
Well, first, can we get Vincent to actually read the title properly?
Folie à deux.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wally à deux.
Je ne comprends pas français.
And in the
Where's that
article,
I
says
do not speak French.
Daxus Batub.
so it also says, in response to widespread backlash, Todd Phillips defends the Joker, stupid whatever name. Vincent, what is it?
Folie à deux.
That one. Insisting to compels society and confront its complicity in male entitlement. Okay. Now, did
Could
this
you
movie?
be any more gay?
Yeah, thank you. I would. Yeah. Did it?
I mean, bro, should come out.
Could it be that the movie just sucks?
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
we can all agree to that. Just because a movie sucks does not mean it's a male's issue. Canadian Spider-Man. What do you have? What do you see the problem with this beta?
No, male influence is far from problematic. Are you kidding? Without male influence, we wouldn't even have cinema. Are you crazy? Male influence is the reason why he's in the business he's in. No, he's an idiot.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to the next one. Guys, this is in Texas. Now, when I was in Texas, I didn't see any of this stuff. But we're gonna zoom in on his car here. You can already tell the issue here. I'm with her, with Earth. Harris Walls 2024.
Hairy balls? What? What did you say?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
He drives
Garlic
a
salt.
tampon.
Hey.
He's from
What?
Austin and Houston. Okay. Guys, what is the problem with this? I already know the main issue. There's two issues I have.
Well, I'll say one thing. I don't have a problem with that because you can pick them out real easy. Everybody's got all them extra stickers on their car. You know who they are. So to me, it's a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
It is good that they're identifying themselves.
Very much.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah. It makes for putting sugar in the gas tank much easier.
It makes
The
them
problem.
a lot easier to avoid.
Yeah.
Yes, avoid at all cost.
So the issue that I have is the Harris Walls sticker and him wearing sleeping.
Yes. Yes, thank you for saying that.
And he's driving
Mhm.
a Prius.
Well,
And from the looks at it, could you zoom in on him a little bit more, not the car?
they're a good economy.
Do we have to?
Okay, yeah. Look. The guy's sweating like a whore in church. The guy's sweating so much, I sort of got his blood type must be Rocky Road.
Oh.
Yeah.
He sweats when he fucking eats.
Hey Vincent, that's not sweat. Somebody had to pick up P Diddy's baby oil snack now, bro.
Ooh.
Okay, fair enough.
I
Mm.
hope nobody confronts me about my Harris sticker. Being in Texas,
He's sweating bullets because of it.
I'll be the skirt too.
You know what's gonna suck is if Trump wins. I'm not saying he is, but if he does, how sucky is it gonna be with this Harris Walls sticker on the back of his car?
Oh, yeah.
Talk about a dead giveaway there.
Well, no.
But we're gonna get to the
you
next
got,
one.
You got to look at the bright side. I mean, Taylor Swift has made a career out of talking about her bad decisions. So
And
Yeah.
she
this guy has a chance, I think.
The one thing I am going to say about this guy is he's probably safe where he lives because to be this brazen, he's got to be somewhere near Austin, so he has a lot of company.
You know what? I kind of want to actually think he's more closer to Houston, maybe halfway. I'll say that.
Well, same thing. Houston isn't really a bastion of
Well, no,
conservatism.
there's two different.
You basically just compared a tomato and a potato. They sound an awful lot alike. So.
So he's bilocational.
Yeah.
among other things.
Oh, he's another buy too, but we won't go there.
Hold on, Canadian Spider-Man. I just had to mute you for a little bit because the cooking was overwhelming and it looks really good, and I was getting distracted. So you can unmute yourself if you want.
Yeah, I positioned the microphone a little bit.
Okay, cool. I like the sound. Here's the thing
Okay.
about Canadian Spider-Man. He brings an element that none of us can bring. He brings the outdoors, the cooking. I'm hungry now. See, Rick, you think you told me, hey, I ate before the episode. Good luck on that because you're
And I
gonna
just
get
had-
hungrier.
Hey, I
Okay,
already told you I am covered. I have extra crock pot barbecue, so I have plenty to eat after the show.
Shut up.
Little bit
I
of
had
garlic
meatballs
salt,
and
Okay.
Oh.
He's cooking. I need
Yeah.
to open a bottle of wine.
little
Do
little
that.
bit of cumin there, little bit
Cum?
of cumin in there.
come,
It says come.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cumin. Okay.
come in.
Giggity giggity goo.
That's on purpose.
I know. Let's get to the next one. Guys, what is the problem with this picture? Now, have you guys seen these types of images where they have the lines and everything?
no.
She's-
Should I
just
explain
want-
this one, or Vincent?
Yes.
Yes.
you know-
Explain for our studio audience, please.
Well,
Explain
I'm
the
glad that
feeling
you
of
asked.
pie.
So here's an actual. When you look at photos of guys, if they're standing tall, straight, boom, you can draw a line right down. that means they're steadfast, they're strong, they're sturdy, they're protective, and then the woman's always leaning. Now, sometimes it happens where I'm leaning a little bit. That's because I'm usually on a like a little slant here, and I have to fight my shortness.
You mean it's not because you're on your toes?
Yeah, for that. But usually, when a guy is leaning, it means he's a beta. And this one is. I don't know if he's lost his step. Here's the thing, guys. Don't be this guy. Don't slouch. Don't lean in a photo. Stand firm, straight, boom. Because here's the thing. Guys will notice and will make fun of you. That's how it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say posture. The first thing.
Well, that too.
First thing. Wait. You can get an impression of someone in 6 seconds or whatever it is, and posture and how you hold yourself as a man is a big deal. It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That or he's recoiling from the bad breath of the lady.
That's not a bad idea. I never thought about that.
Yeah, could be.
Yes, that's right. She could be a lesbian.
Or
Now-
he's ending up for a smooch. And then
Someone did ask if this was a Photoshop, and I don't think it is. When you Photoshop and you have grain involved, it's a little hard to tell because it hides away some of the actual edits in Photoshop. But I don't think this is a Photoshop. I think this is legit. He's just collapsing and falling over because he's old and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Either that
But
or he's thrusting towards her inappropriately.
Ooh.
And she's like,
Yeah, because the look on her face, she looks really uncomfortable.
yeah. So we're gonna get to the next one. Here we go. We can rip into this. We are never going back. Madam President. All right, guys. What is the problem with Barbie here?
That dude's so queer he can give you change for a $9 bill all in threes.
I hadn't heard that.
Oh, that's a good one.
Or it's probably like, you stole my joke.
Share and enjoy, Disney. Share and enjoy, brother.
Yeah, cut and paste. Yeah,
I mean, where to start? First of all, is it my imagination or is dude wearing eyeliner in the picture?
Yeah, he's wearing guy liner.
It
That's what I
looks like it.
Like,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So we're never going back. So this is my question, right? And this is something that I ask all the time on my show. How is it that by picking Harris, you say you're going forward when she's a continuation of the administration we have now instead as much multiple times on multiple platforms?
yeah. You
Here's
see
the
Campbell?
question.
Because looking by the sign that he has right there, he wishes he was Ken.
You see
that
Mark
is-
Hamill's tweet? He said
That's what it is.
he said he didn't want 4 more years of this, and he talked about Trump. But the last 4 years have been the Biden administration. So I think he kind of owned himself on that one.
Dude, they're doing it all the time. I mean, they're doing it all the time. I mean, every time you turn around, they're like, we don't need 4 more years of this. So you guys forget that you're the ones in charge right now. So yes, I agree with you. We
Well,
don't need 4 more
You
years of
have to
this.
remember. You have to remember the people that they're pandering to.
Yeah.
You know, the
Idiots.
demographic that they're pushing that towards are low information voters. You've seen the campaign commercials. It's like, Donald Trump wakes up and thinks about himself. It's like, no, the fuck he don't.
Well, here's my issue. Is Madam President? Look,
Okay, take it off the stove, Spider-Man. It's done.
No, that's potatoes and carrots.
anyways, so we're gonna get to the.
It is done.
All right, so here we go. Here's this.
Oh, this dude. Oh,
This is
God.
funny.
Dude. No.
Transgender women are better lovers than biological women. Both straight TikTok star does not make you gay. Vincent.
Okay, 2 things wrong with this headline. Boasts straight TikTok star. That's the first one. Does not make you gay. Mistake number 2.
Straight out of the closet, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Canadian Spider-Man.
When this guy
Yes.
farts, it sounds like sighs.
Is this a hombre or senorita?
That is definitely there. Everyone in that photo is a dude.
You go. You finally got one right.
You're getting it. My
Hey, he
brother.
got one last week too, so he's
He
learning.
can be taught.
Yes. All right. So we have one more. Don't be that guy. And this is a little. How should I say? Quite entertaining, shall we? So let's watch, everyone.
Okay.
Size of that guy.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
That and Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
What?
What the fuck did I just watch?
Wow.
Wow.
Welcome to Brokeback Mountain 2024. Oh wait, sorry, my bad.
Guys, when I first saw this video, I thought it was an SNL skit.
Yeah.
Oh
it
my
looks
God,
like
Because it was that funny.
I did too.
It looks
And
like
Now-
SNL has been relevant in over 30 years.
It's so bad. Now we're gonna get to the next two images here, because that plays into the factor of everything. All right, guys.
I'm man
What do you-
enough not to let a man into power.
What do you see of Tub Tub and crack cocaine? Do they look like they work on a farm?
God, no.
no.
Well,
Especially
first of all, Homeboy eats a lot more than carburetors for breakfast.
I was going to say there's nothing he doesn't eat for breakfast.
Carbs is the key word there.
Yeah.
Now, the only joke I liked out of this whole entire ad, because this is a legit ad. This is like
Wow.
is when the guy said I'd raw dog it on the airplane. I wouldn't recommend it. That was the only one I'm like, all right, that's kind of funny.
What does that mean?
It means you're not listening to any music. No, you're not watching anything. You're just sitting there, not even reading, and you're just you're just listening to everything during the entire flight.
Do that
That's
all the
what
time.
that new thing is. Here's the thing.
I'm gonna say there may have been some double entendre in this video.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, not only does this guy eat carburetors, but he drinks heavy water. Holy crap.
Well, here's something interesting.
No way this guy's a cowboy. I mean, holy crap. What's he doing? Like he's holding the bucket and he's like holding the other hand like he's eating chickens, but he's like right in front of plants. Like, does this guy even know what he's doing? And then the other guy's like,
yeah,
didn't
they get busted?
Hold up. Before
He's
we
an
go any
actor?
further, here's something interesting.
Dude.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay.
Kamala
I
campaign
bet that
forced
carburetor
Knew it.
hasn't
Knew
been
it.
thick in,
Oh,
like,
okay. So I
years.
called that before you showed it.
Yep.
This just broke out a few days ago. Kamala's campaign forced to hire gay actors for ad after being unable to find any straight male Kamala supporters.
That's funny.
Guys,
oh my God.
Well, I mean, well, think about this for a second. So they hire a bunch of gay actors to make this video to make it seem like there's a bunch of rednecks for Harris or whatever. but they're putting double entendre all through the video. So
Yes.
this makes it even more funny now that you know they're gay. Full-throated endorsement. Come on, guy.
Yeah.
Seriously. Seriously.
So
And
embarrassing.
did they
Bad.
insinuate that women were not good at business or something there? The failing. There was a line there.
I
that
don't
just
know.
caught. Yeah, they totally just.
I didn't
And I
think
like
Hollywood
how
did.
the guy who thinks he's all buff work as a mechanic working on motorcycles. Like, okay, sure, I believe you.
Yeah.
Like nothing. This is why I think it was an SNL skit. That SNL just filmed this whole thing because it's a complete joke. Here's the thing I got out of this. Guys, if you ever want to know what it is to be a man, the guys in that video are not men. They are just happen to be gay, but those are probably the most beta types that doesn't.
They're actors. They're pretending to be men. They're being paid to pretend.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I knew tonight's "Don't Be That Guy" was going to be funny because it always is.
And what did he mean? It's about time that men stopped holding women back. We're the ones that gave them the fucking vote. We've done everything for them. We invented fucking washing machines, stoves, everything to save time. Come on. Since when are we holding them back? Are you kidding?
We're the ones that let them wear white on their wedding day to match the appliances. I mean,
dude,
what
if we
more
decided,
although
if men
most of
decided
them-
that they all should be naked in cages, they would be.
The sad part is people are going to take y'all serious and can't catch a joke.
That's
God.
I've never heard that one.
I think the one
tonight,
thing that women really haven't mastered though is the art of the sandwich. They need to up their game.
Yes,
that is true. I make a wicked sandwich, and my wife knows it, and she's like, "I'm never making a sandwich because you've got this better." It kind of helps when you actually know you've been cooking for 20-some years, and so you have some idea of how things go. But tonight, we're as Canadian Spider-Man is making something good. He always makes something
Everything from the garden. Everything from the garden.
So tonight we're
and Zelda in the chat. If you happen to be a woman, it's a joke. It's a joke. That's all that it is.
It's Zelda's in the chat. She knows it's a joke.
Good. Just in case, because I haven't been on here in a while.
I know. She's like, "Who is this guy?"
You've been avoiding us.
Hey, Canadian Spider-Man, how many bottles of wine do I need to bring?
Ooh,
'Cause I'm heading up there.
4. 2 for you, 2 for me.
All right, bet.
12 for me.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, two for you, 2 for him, and 1 to glaze the pans.
Next, I think we'll do the chicken.
There you go. So as Canadian Spider-Man is cooking, you kind of get an idea. Tonight is the cooking episode. And he has his cum in a bottle.
Come in.
I'm sorry.
a bottle.
That is the funniest. That is funny, dude. I know Canadian. That's a good joke, Canadian Spider-Man.
Oh my god, dude, that's funny as hell, so cool.
So tonight we're talking about.
Just step on my Cartman bit, bro. It's mine.
So tonight we're talking about how you season your meat and your food and everything, because there's an actual proper way of doing it, and some people. Here comes in the whole debate of how you should season your food. Some people say on steak it's just salt, pepper, and garlic. I'm a little bit different.
Butter.
And oh lordy. Well, here's a question. Before I get to the main questions, how many sticks of butter do you guys use when you cook?
Ooh, half.
Depends on what I'm making.
Good answer.
Because I will actually coat a steak in butter while I'm cooking it, but I also make what's called compound butter, in which you take butter, you soften it, you add garlic or dill or whatever the hell you want, and then you roll it up and you put it in the freezer, and then you take it out right before you serve the meal, and you just cut little discs of butter and you put it on the meat, and that adds additional seasonings to it.
Yep.
Depending on what you want to do. Some people use herbs. I've done one with garlic and anchovy that was really fucking good, and my guests begged me for the recipe, which I did not give them because I'm a selfish prick. But yeah.
I actually will do that, the compound butter, when I do my turkeys.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah. I use probably about with a turkey, about 5 sticks of butter. I like to make you feel like you're gonna be close to having a heart attack because it's that good.
That's my kitchen motto. When the left arm goes numb, yum yum yum.
Oh, it's when I make a turkey, brother. Let me tell you, diabetes. I'm not kidding, dude.
Are
10%
you diabetic?
diabetes.
No. Well, you are now.
Damn it. All right. So for the guys, what is the number one mistake in seasoning food? Canadian Spider-Man, since you're using your cum in a bottle, what's the number one mistake in seasoning food?
I would say, Steve, the number one mistake in seasoning food is people are afraid to go heavy on the seasoning.
Mm.
You know, they're often timid. I mean, if you're going to use seasonings, go big or go home is the rule, right?
Yeah. Vincent.
I'm not sure I agree with that. Seasonings should enhance the flavor of whatever you're serving, not overpower it. Sometimes they can be overpowered very easily, depending on the strength of the spice or the sauce that you're using. So I do it very sparingly, and when I have guests, I often don't do it at all. I'll put seasonings out on the table for them to add, to their own meal.
All right.
Well, I mean, with your accent, that's not surprising because it sounds like you have a very refined palate. Because I've noticed people with refined palates don't like seasoning on their food.
Well, they can get over it in my house. I don't give a damn about your palate. You're gonna like what I make.
You're gonna shut up.
Like the phrase I told Gary one time is like, "Hey, I may be full, but I ain't finished." So we were eating one time, huge plate for lunch one time, and he's like, "Are you ready to go?" I said, "Hey, yeah." I said I was full. I didn't say I was done. And I'm eating this. Oh man, it was so much food.
Oh man,
Sounds like something you say when you're tackling the old 96er.
Yeah. But Comic Relief Crusader, what's the number one mistake in seasoning food for you?
You know what? It's not choosing the right salt. That's what I find. Because a lot of chefs, and I kind of learned this from my brother years ago. A lot of chefs like to season with kosher salt.
Yeah.
Because it has a coarser grain, right, than like regular table salt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because the salt has like such huge flakes, like whole teaspoons back, those whole tablespoon packs, that have the same amount of salt in it. I don't know. I just find using kosher salt really, really helps.
All right.
Disney
sheep herder.
To me, it all depends on what you're eating. If it's steak, we're carnivores, so don't overcook it. It better have blood on the plate.
Damn right.
Chicken,
It better squirt like an artery.
yes. I want blood, seriously. That, for my mashed potatoes with my gravy, add the blood. To me, it tastes good.
At that point, you don't need barbecue sauce.
A good steak, you don't need any sauce.
No.
Just mashed potatoes with it and blood. So,
I'm
yes.
hungry. Damn it.
I'm feeling more full because I just ate dinner before I got here.
But as far as spices, I love a lot of spices on my chicken, but not my steak.
Rick.
All right. I mean, yeah, for me, it kind of depends on what you are cooking, as far as my steaks, I actually kind of have a multi-step process. Normally, I'll start out with something simple like salt, pepper, and garlic, and then tons of butter, and then I normally add some other seasonings in as I go, so they cook into the meat as I'm cooking them. But yeah, I typically prefer a little bit heavier on most seasoning sides, especially with things like chicken and pork. But I think honestly, it kind of depends on your palate because as far as mistakes go, it can depend on who you're serving. Because if you serve Chef Ramsay something that's over seasoned, he's going to ask you if you're a stupid sandwich.
What the bloody hell?
But I mean,
Idiot.
like,
He's gonna call you a fucking donkey.
An idiot sandwich, yeah.
gonna put my two hands on your head right here, and I'm gonna ask you this question: do you feel like an idiot sandwich because you look like one?
Now, I'll do some cooking unconventionally, and like if I'm cooking a tri-tip, I actually will never cook a tri-tip on a grill anymore because of what I've figured out, and it works for me. Some people it works different from everyone else. Is I will season. I will use rubs when it comes to steak. I am like. You can't go wrong with rub. And then what you do is, I like that sound. That's a man's kitchen right there. So what you do, how I do my tri-tip, and I told this before, is I will put rub on it. It'll be usually like a ranch rub, a barbecue rub, or I'll use kind of like a really fine seasoning, and I'll just like tenders. I will pack it full. With using rubs, you use a lot. It's okay. You don't have to do light. You can actually put it on there because it's so sick. But
Rub it out.
What?
Rub it out.
Oh yeah. And here's the other thing: when you're using rub, you're actually going to lose a lot, like because you use so much that you're going to have a lot left over. Just throw it away. It's your whole point is to cover it. You're not worried about, I got to conserve all this seasoning and rub and stuff. Like don't worry about it. Toss it out. You get more. Then I put in the oven at 275, and I wait until it gets to 130 or 128 actually, or 129 somewhere around there, and then I sear it on a cast iron.
Nice.
And then I let. This is what you do. I let it sit for an hour with butter. Just cubed up, put it in there, and it just tinfoil, wrap it up there, let it sit there for an hour. When you cut into it, it looks gray inside. Don't worry, it's just how it is. But it's you get your blood, you get your flavors. It's like candy. With my turkey, oh baby, I use sticks of butter like nobody's business, and it's garlic, it's bacon, it's So for me, the worst way you can actually make a mistake is putting the wrong seasoning on the wrong meat. Because some people say with steaks, it's always salt, pepper, and garlic, okay, and butter. That's cool. To me, I like to make it more fun and spice it up a bit. You can't go wrong with steaks or red meat when it comes to seasonings and stuff. Like you kind of create your own flavor and everything. But with chicken, you can't going over too much seasoning on chicken is actually really bad. Like when I do fried chicken, I don't do a lot of salt on it because it can overpower it, and then you're just like, holy crap! Like I need like a gallon of water. So I would say depending on what the meat is, don't overdo it. Chicken, it absorbs a lot from what I've learned.
Yeah, especially if it's white meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, white meat chicken tends to take on the flavor of whatever you're seasoning it with, which is why I don't like it. I eat thighs and legs. At least you still taste something of chicken when you're eating it.
When I do fried chicken, it's the drumstick. It's something about that. It's so good.
I know. I'm impressed.
Would seasoning lemon on meat fit? Yes, absolutely. Lemon goes with everything.
Oh, yeah. And then here is this question. as I'm getting hungrier and hungrier. When was a time you seasoned food and it turned out to be terrible?
Never.
We'll go with Vincent.
I have never had a meal turn out terrible. No, I'm
That's
just
a
kidding.
lie.
I know.
That's a lie. You ain't perfect.
No. Actually, I had an incident. It was about 2 weeks ago. I was making myself some scrambled eggs, and I was reaching for the dillweed, and I put some in, and the little sprinkle top thingy on top of the container was loose, and half a jar of dillweed went into my eggs, and I was very disappointed.
Dang.
I know.
Disney cheeseburger.
Yeah, you're talking to somebody who's not a very good cook. I can mess up tomato soup, so it all depends on.
We've all been there.
But my favorite meal is grilled cheese and tomato soup. So most
That
of the
is-
time, it's good.
That is a classic.
What about basil tomato soup?
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. You can't really use grilled cheese with it. You need just like a thick Texas sized toast with it. Soak it in and eat it.
Oh,
I don't want cheese in that. That's good.
What's your go-to cheese when you're doing a grilled cheese?
Oh, just straight up American. You know, the yellow kind anyway.
You know, someone in the chat's gonna be all like, "What's American cheese?" You're like the yellow kind.
That's what I know.
I like pepper jack.
I like it on chicken, pepper jack. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Canadian Spider-Man. Even though you're muted, you're cooking. It just sounds when you cook. It just sounds. It's like distracting, but so good. It's a good distraction.
Yes.
You could do ASMR. You could do
The same
an
thing
ASMR.
happens when I do my bonfire stream, Steve. The crackling of the fire is distracting, but yeah.
So when was the time you seasoned food and turned out to be terrible?
I did a whole batch of spaghetti, and the top came off of the chili powder flakes.
Oh no!
And you know what? It was a big pot, and I ate the whole fucking thing. It nearly over the course of like 4 days.
Oh God!
How
It
does that
was really good.
Those movements must have hurt.
It was too good.
Movements.
It was too good to throw away. It was too good to waste. There was a lot of good. I mean, I couldn't taste anything but pure pain, but there was good ingredients. It was good, wholesome ingredients in there, and I didn't want to waste it. And
you had the cleanest bowels after that, I bet.
And living in Whistler was expensive in a ski resort, so you don't have money to waste on throwing food away. I've been to a lot of starting third world countries in the world, and I do not throw food away. I just don't.
Nope.
So, yeah, it was hot as hell. The lid came right off. Boom. Nothing I could do. I tried to spoon it back out, but no.
No. It must have been like licking the sun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's it.
It was terrible. Yep. It was well, putting your toilet paper in the refrigerator helps.
Huh?
Put your toilet paper in the freezer. It helps.
There's something I never thought of. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Rick.
Baby wipes are good.
I mean, for me, about the only time that I've ever had anything turn out badly was the first time I ever tried to cook chicken in Bud Light.
Ooh.
Oh,
wow.
Somebody waited all night to hit that button, didn't they?
Don't you feel happy about that joke?
I'm probably the only one, but I still got to call back to last week, so I'm happy.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Comic relief, or has there ever been a time, or are you just perfect like Vincent on cooking?
I'm pretty much like perfect when it comes to cooking. I mean,
bullshit.
Because no, I'm serious. Because all my
don't
life,
cook?
because I can cook and I have cooked. It's just that ever since like a really young early age, I've always helped my mom or even sometimes my dad in the kitchen, and I've learned how to cook. And like I can make the most perfect mashed potatoes, just creamy, just enough salt in there, just it tastes so good. When it came to preparing meat and whatnot, uh, like relaxing or anything like that. Um, my mom was in there, and that learned how to tenderize meat and stuff like that, and seasoning it and stuff like that. And so like when you're younger, or when you become older, and you kind of miss like your mom's home cooking kind of thing. You kind of long for it, kind of thing. And I mean, to this day, I still miss my mom's cooking, but I don't know. It was just a thing to help out in the kitchen and learn how to cook. And because I knew one day I was going to be on my own, and so it's like, might as well learn how to do it now. And so I don't think I've ever prepared anything bad, because I know what I like.
Now,
So,
here's a question I
yeah.
have for you. How do you do your mashed potatoes? That's a good question. Has anyone ever on this panel have made mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right,
Garlic.
so
Yeah, I look.
we'll go. Let's go around the table and see what everyone does, because I think they might be a little bit different. Some might be the same. Comic Relief. How do
Okay.
you do your mashed
Well,
potatoes?
How do I? Okay, well, I learned from my dad, primarily from my dad, because when it came to mashed potatoes, only my dad would do mashed potatoes, right? My mom let my dad do mashed potatoes, no problem, right? So obviously, you peel them up, and then you boil them, right? And you boil them till what my mom would always do is, she'd take a fork, stick it in, and she'd pull it out of the boiling water, and if it doesn't slip off, like after maybe a second and a half, still needs to boil longer, right? So until she pulls it out, and if it doesn't like almost immediately like fall right off, done, right? That's it. So obviously you want to carve it up, or chop them up into small enough bits. You don't want whole skinless potatoes in there. So after that, you drain all of the water, you rinse it out a bit to get most of the starch out, and then after that you add. Well, I mean, it depends on how much mashed potatoes you're going to make, right? So generally, growing up, we would do like maybe 2 large potatoes per person, maybe sometimes 3, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And well, mom's German, my dad's Austrian, right? So everything was like, really heavy food, stuff like that, kind of. So, you add a bit of milk. You kind of, I don't know, you kind of eyeball it in a way, right? Not too much, not too little. You add, a good amount of butter, and then, you just start whipping it up, right? And while you're whipping it up, you just add salt. And so every once in a while, you give it a little bit of a taste test, right? And if you can start to taste, how should I put it? You kind of taste a hint of salt in there, then you're pretty much done.
All right.
Nice and creamy. You want to whip it so it's creamy, no lumps in it whatsoever. I can't stand mashed potatoes if there's even like one freaking lump in there.
Yes.
I can't.
So, is this how you guys would do your mashed potatoes?
No.
Pretty much.
I would change a few things, but yeah.
Yeah. How would you change it up, Vincent?
I don't use milk. I use heavy cream
That's the key right there.
and a lot of butter. But the butter is more of the finishing move. But when I'm feeling particularly frisky, I'll throw some blue cheese in there, let it melt.
Ooh,
fancy.
I was going to say real garlic, and put it in the magic bullet so it gets blended up really finely.
and
Yeah.
and cream cheese. I've tried cheddar, but I prefer cream cheese in with the butter and the milk. And
Alright.
potatoes.
So how I do my mashed potatoes is a little bit different than what it's the same process as what Comic Relief said, but what I would do is I would do probably about a half a stick of butter, salt and pepper. Now I'll use the skin also, and I'm okay. I'll let it be chunky. If sometimes I'll let it have a little some chunk in it. It's fine. But I'll try to do it as smooth as butter, like creamy, to a point where you don't need gravy with it, because it's just it works out. And then I'll put it in a blender, like one of those like baking mixing bowl blender things, and I'll do it that way. And I'll add whole milk to it. I should do it with like a heavier cream. That might actually work also, but then I'll put like 4 cloves of garlic, because I love garlic. Yeah. And
Check out this clove of garlic. My friend grew it. She grows a lot. It's a Red Russian.
Oh.
Yeah, I support Russia.
If you think that's too much garlic, you're wrong.
Russian garlic. I support
Put more
Russian
in.
garlic.
Just lavish it up.
There is no such thing as too much garlic.
Agreed.
It's almost Halloween, so yeah.
Friggin'
Yes.
vampires.
Oh,
vampires.
speaking of which, happy Canadian Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I know. Hey.
Yeah. Cheers.
I've been up there. Yeah.
I went hunting, didn't find a damn thing, but it felt like Thanksgiving. The trees are changing color. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Had some turkey. So we ended up building a garage. We slave labored for like 12 hours at a buddy's house on Thanksgiving, but we did get turkey served to us, so that was nice.
Ooh.
And Zelda is wrong again. Garlic is not gross.
No,
That's because we need to cook for her right.
No, garlic's good.
Garlic is
Just not a
gross.
lot.
What?
Zelda, we need to teach you some flavors. When I mean teach you, just sit at a table and have a bunch of men cook you some really good food.
we need the
And she'd be
mansplain.
like, "Oh lordy, I'm in heaven.
You say, "Oh, girl, you about to learn."
You're about to learn some cooking."
So
And here's the other thing. So one thing I've also learned about between the difference between men and women is men are more predominantly in the kitchen cooking, because I think that becomes a life skill that we've learned over the years, and we've learned to cook. And I think not all right, so if any women is listening right now, not all women, okay? Just call your panties, all right?
Yep.
Use
Don't call the all police.
some women have given up on cooking skills. And usually what
They've given up on cooking skills because they want it all, and they're breaking the glass ceiling, and they're doing this and they're doing that, and they never bothered to learn to fucking cook.
Yeah, they certainly like eating, though.
But what I've noticed is
eating and spending our money.
Exactly.
What I've noticed is with the women who don't know how to cook very well, and I'm not talking about going to the store and getting your frozen meat or frozen little plate and putting it in the microwave. No, I'm talking about like from scratch cooking. Is a lot of those women will actually end up being with a guy who knows how to cook, and usually the guy will end up teaching her. And then for some reason, their brain clicks, and they will come up with the craziest types of food to cook, and it is awesome. Like, for example, my wife, she knows how to cook, so I've hit the jackpot. But she makes probably one of the best enchiladas. It's like a drier type enchilada with some sauce. Oh gosh, I gave some to Gary one time. He's like, "Dude, I don't know what this is. I don't know, but I like it." Like for the lodge, she for the Shriners, she actually made 120 enchiladas for these guys.
Whoa.
And I'm not kidding you when I say this. There was no leftovers. There was 20 guys. We ate all 120 enchiladas.
Now,
That's crazy.
Is there meat in? There's meat in enchiladas.
Yeah,
right?
it's chicken.
Nice.
But she will. But with me, when
Yeah,
she
exactly.
makes it, she will add jalapenos.
Ooh, lovely.
Pickled jalapenos.
Oh, that's good.
And then
Breaded
my
chicken
wife
and
taught me
jalapenos?
actually. My wife taught me actually how to make fried chicken, and she will not make fried chicken anymore because she can't make it as good as me. Like I own that. So whenever she wants fried chicken, she's like, "Can you make it?" I was like, "Yes," because I love making fried chicken. And I just made it last night.
Master, eh?
I made it last night. And Tyler will vouch for it. It's probably every time I make fried chicken, it gets better and better every time. And last night was probably one of the best. Oh yeah, yeah.
I love veal. Oh,
But no, I noticed that like you get some women who are like they don't know how to cook, but then when they get a guy who knows how to cook, for some reason they'll pick up a cookbook and they'll look for new things. Because here's the other thing, like when you at home when you make stuff, bake, cook, or anything, you got leftovers, so it holds on to the next few days, and you saved money. It goes a long way.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all the main questions I had for tonight.
I had a question.
Yes, what is it?
Well, why does it seem that the best cooks in the world are predominantly men? Is it because we've been holding women back and keeping them out of the kitchen?
No. I don't.
Because
Listen, the moment you burn water.
That's right. Yeah.
Or am I wrong? Maybe the best cooks aren't men.
I mean, almost all the ones that I know that are big names are all men. I mean, I know a couple of women off the top of my head, but almost all the ones that are all on TV. I mean, other than like
I think I've heard maybe of a handful of women, maybe 3 or 4, who've actually won a Michelin star. Other than that, it's all men.
Now
that's the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
It's
again, we tried to put them in the kitchen. That's why they wear the white. I've been saying this from the beginning of the show. We're trying, women. We're really trying to help you cook.
I go heavy on sage. With chicken, I do go heavy on sage. And cumin. You need lots.
To come in the bottle?
Of cumin.
Come in.
Come in the bottle? You should make a shirt. No, but I think to answer Canadian Spider-Man's question,
I'm in the kitchen's fine.
I'll get my cousin to make a shirt that says that. Yeah.
The question when it comes to that, I think when you get more like the more known chefs and cooks, I think from my understanding, chef is a very like fast pace, and you have to have a voice kind of thing. In men, we can project a voice a lot louder and get people's attention. But
yes,
the thing is,
and that's important in a kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you go to the South, man, I know a ton of women that can cook your socks off.
Oh, yes.
It's a cultural
wearing
thing.
Socks.
Yeah, the ladies down here can cook.
That's the thing, and I think with being a cook to like Chef Ramsay and all of them, it's more of look at me, look what I can do. And I think a lot of women like to be more reserved. That's my opinion. And it's because the thing that I like about women when they cook is their secret recipes. And they'll cook it and you're like, what in the world? It could be like chicken mozzarella with some red sauce, but they'll add some things to it and you're like, this is really good. You don't know what it is. Here's the thing. If I eat something really good, I don't want to know how it's made. Like it ruins it for me. Like there's a place that in
like movie magic. I don't want to see how they did Yoda puppetry.
Exactly. Well, this is how they did it. So like there's a restaurant they have a fish burrito. It's about this big, massive. I don't want to know the sauce. I don't. Like, it is one of my favorite things. I don't want to know the sauce. It's fantastic. Even if they go out of business, I still don't want to know. Because I respect them so much for what they make. And I like it.
Do you know Colonel Sanders is 11 herbs and spices?
Yeah.
There are no 11 herbs and spices.
No, the commercial said there was.
Nope.
No, it's 69 herbs and spices.
No. Grease, monosodium glutamate, and salt.
Really? That's it?
No, that was on Family Guy.
You got. I was like, really? All right, I believe it.
Wow. Okay.
Uncle
No,
Roger.
but actually, I did work at KFC when I was in high school.
So what is it?
And even the seasoning packets for when you make the original recipe, and you had to cook it in this huge ass pressure cooker.
Yes.
The seasoning packets don't even list the ingredients.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say it's not anywhere on the packaging.
No, it's not anywhere on the bag.
Montreal
and You
seasoning.
won't find it.
No. So, Steve, you've lived in a few different places, and I've lived in. I grew up 26 years on the East Coast, 26 years here. One thing I can tell the difference between East Coast Canada and West Coast. East Coast is very much heavy cream, maximum fat, heavy salt, heavy sugar, and their health situation reflects that. Compared to the West Coast, where we tend to eat healthier and be more active in general. Now, you've lived in a couple of different states. What are the regional differences in the sauces and the spices?
So the South, it's very heavy on butter, salt. They like flavor.
Sounds like New Brunswick.
They want to pizzazz you with the flavor.
It's a lot of fried foods.
Yeah. Butter,
Yeah.
salt, fried foods. Gravy is a food group.
And
Don't forget the heat.
It's all glorious.
Yeah. They want that. They want you burning with sensation. The
If you don't
Midwest.
put a bottle of Crystal out with dinner, then yeah, you're wrong.
Tabasco.
You say a
but
bottle of
yes.
Crisco?
No, Crystal.
No, Crystal. It's a brand of hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Louisiana hot
It's a beer.
sauce and Tabasco mixed.
Yep.
It's good.
Wow.
But the Midwest is more like grilling your steak and like what you're doing. It's more. It's not as heavy on the stuff. It's more bland. They don't do as much seasoning. Great
As a-
meat.
As a Midwesterner, I am offended.
You know what? Maybe it was just Nebraska. I don't know.
Why don't you?
Because every time they
why don't
cook,
you
it was
list
just
pronouns now that you're offended?
Now,
Yeah. How many?
did you
But
notice, Steve, a region's diet contrast? Did it contrast with their state of health, or did it align pretty closely?
For me, it was just. I think it was case by case situation. Like the Midwest, it was more. It wasn't as bad as like the South. Now the West Coast, those are people that need to see Jesus fast. The West Coast can't cook for shit. Coming from California, everyone has to. I don't know. I'm gonna get hate for this, and I don't care. Yeah, you don't have to put on avocado on every damn thing you eat.
Oh, God.
You don't.
Dude, what the hell is
I'm
that?
just saying this. You don't have to do it. I think that is.
There's like
Yeah.
avocado toast. They put avocados on hamburgers. What the hell is going on with the West Coast and avocados? I just don't get it.
Buddy, I
I like
don't know.
avocado soup. That's about it.
It's like the avocado is the tofu of California or something. I don't know.
It is. It's and
You do know that avocado is actually an old Aztec word. It means testicle.
that actually.
It's true. Google it right now.
Oh, I was waiting for the Family Guy punchline.
No. It's total truth.
It is. But that's the problem I have with West Coast is they have to put mayonnaise on every burger they make. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, you actually kind of do.
No, you don't.
Yeah,
Not
'cause
every time.
mayonnaise is awesome.
Well, where I
It
live,
is.
it's coleslaw.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. West Coast, they can't make coleslaw to save their lives. That's another come to Jesus moment right there. You can't. No, they don't know how to do it.
We put it on our
Montreal smoked
hamburgers
meat.
or hot dogs.
Ooh.
Montreal smoked meat.
Jalapeno
Outside of
raw dog.
Montreal, it doesn't taste as good. Montreal smoked meat from Montreal is 5 levels better. Same with poutine. Poutine in Quebec, the poutine in Quebec is the original. Far better.
Now-
It's probably like Chicago deep dish pizza. Outside of Chicago, it's probably shit, or sushi outside of.
No, even in Chicago, deep dish is shit. It's a pizza casserole. That's what it is.
It is, isn't it?
Now, here's the other thing, and people may disagree with me, like the avocado thing. What I say is Californians actually can make better pizza than New York. I will stand by it.
No.
Okay, you're on crack.
No,
You're crazy.
Here's the thing. I've actually
crazy.
made better pizza than New York pizza, and I know the bread that actually the perfect dough for it. Yeah, it's ciabatta bread.
Ooh.
If you do ciabatta dough, it's
Cheese in the crust. You need a stuffed crust.
Yeah, but you guys still have to try donairs.
But I will say this: that California, some areas like Northern California, they can make a better pizza than New York does.
Wow.
Zelda, tofu and delicious don't belong in the same sentence ever.
No, I'm sorry. What? Who said that?
Zelda.
No, nobody ever.
Zelda. We're gonna have the come to Jesus moment with you. You don't like garlic, but you like tofu. Okay, I actually have a really funny story about tofu, and I got baited, and it worked. My wife took me to a Mexican restaurant. I was like, "Cool, yeah, I love Mexican food." Yeah, married into a Mexican family. She took me, and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna have the steak burrito or tacos." And I'm eating, and I was like, "Wow, this is pretty good. The steak is really good. They actually did it right and everything." And I tried the chicken, and it was like something that doesn't taste like chicken, but okay. Then my wife goes, "Do you know what you just ate?" I was like, "Steak." Okay. And they did it real good. She goes, "No, it's tofu." I just spit out all the food. And I looked at my wife. I was like, "What did you just make me eat?" Here's the thing. She goes, "What? You didn't read the sign?" Now, here's the thing. The reason why I got baited was because they had fine print. Really, they had the sign, the name of the company, the restaurant, really fine to the point where you couldn't read it. It was all dirty.
Yeah, that's like drugging.
It said,
that's like slipping someone roofies.
It said vegan, Mexican, whatever.
Oh,
I didn't see it because it was like blended in really well. The paint was all faded and everything. And I'm just sitting here. I was like, I need a burger. I need a steak.
Yeah.
All bloody. I'll eat it raw. I was so pissed. My wife goes, "I am so sorry." I was like, "You should be."
No, she wasn't.
No, I know she
knew what she was
doing.
doing.
She was dying laughing. She thought it was funny.
Just be a live cow.
Has anyone
He's going to hold that on you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Has anyone here on the panel ordered a portobello mushroom burger, which I thought was a fucking burger with Swiss cheese and giant portobello fried, mushrooms on the burger?
Yeah, I've ordered that. You're lucky to get one.
Yeah, no, they substituted the meat for the portobello.
That's not what I thought it was.
Those are actually good. I've had those
and how did
several times.
It would have been better with a pound.
It's good if you know what you're getting, but if you think you're getting a mushroom cheeseburger and it's a mushroom burger,
thank you.
Then, yeah, if you know what you're getting, that's one thing. I mean, fried mushrooms done right are amazing.
They're lucky I wasn't drinking at the time.
Now, here's the question I have for you guys: when you go to the restaurant, then you get your food coming in, and they mess up. Do you bite the bullet and say whatever, I'll eat it, or you go, "Hey, you guys screwed up my meal. Can you take it back and fix it?" What do you guys do?
It's all
it goes back.
It goes back.
Yeah.
So Canadian
when you're
says
older,
go back, and Mike says go back. Disney, what do you say?
I'll eat it. As long as I'm not paying $100 for it.
All right. Well, if you're in California, it's $200. But Vincent, do you have them take it back, or you just eat it?
I've done both.
Okay.
I was gonna say for me it depends on circumstances. If it's easy,
Yeah.
if it's an easy enough fix, like I don't like tomatoes, so normally I try to make sure that whatever I order doesn't have tomatoes. So as long as I can, if they screw it up and I can take them out, that's one thing. But if they screw up a steak, it's going back.
Yeah, I tend to frequent. There are 6 restaurants in the area where I live that I tend to frequent. I normally don't go anywhere else, but they all know me. So they know my order pretty much before, when I walk in, they're like, oh, okay. 5 minutes later, it's ready.
He likes his anchovies on his salad and on his steak and on. Here's the thing: I never take.
If
I
I'm
never
ordering
take the food back.
I want the food in front of me that I want to eat. That's the thing, right? If I want, veal parmesan, that's what I want. I want the freaking baby animal on that plate, right?
That's the thing, though. If you want them to take your food back, be very civil, be very polite.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
Look, no, this isn't to my taste. I mean, I didn't order this. I expected something else. Don't be a dick about it. Don't be a dick to people. Don't be a dick to people who handle your food at all.
You don't want boogers and cum.
Spitting in it.
It's like ordering a prostitute and getting one with a dick.
Yeah.
This from the guy who can't pick out the train.
I can't.
Yeah.
Why do you think he mentioned? Why do you think he
that
mentioned
point?
it? I'm pretty sure he's already played. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you find one in real life from that comment.
He's going down on his date, and he's all like, "Hey, whoa! Hey, I didn't know you had a Polish here. Like, what's going on?"
Hey, I ordered
I
an
don't
Annie.
like the way these berries are dangling right now.
What just poked me in the eye?
I specifically ordered an Annie, not an Audi. What the hell?
How can you be bigger than me?
And of course, since he's Canadian, he had to say, "Sorry, I'm sorry."
Sorry, eh? I'm not
Sorry,
into
eh,
that.
you
Sorry.
hoser.
Oh, we love you. We wouldn't fuck with you if we didn't love you.
I'm so glad. But I put in effort.
There you
do.
Yeah, he's actually cooking on the cooking show, so I do have to give him an A
Well,
for effort.
Yeah. Oh,
Isn't
hell yeah.
that the whole idea?
It did.
Yeah, you know what? He
He came
goes.
to play. He definitely came to play today.
And I started streaming in my kitchen, if you recall, Steve.
You know what? One day I was afraid of you walking to your kitchen or your refrigerator, and like, you know how like some pajamas, like old school, they had the butt flaps. You had it down, and we see a pink thong for some
I
reason.
did. Minus the pink thong, but no, one of Cardinal Sin streams, I had the flap right down. It's just ass cheap.
You know, I'm glad you didn't do that for this one because
I'm sorry you didn't.
No, there's no ass thing in this one. You gotta take it right down to your ankles. And in the wintertime, it was a bad design, really.
Jesus.
But I'm in my jammies because it's been raining all day, and I spent all day crouched in the woods hiding, waiting for animals to walk in front of my scope.
you know what? As much as we've ragged on you tonight, you cooking,
Yeah, he won the episode.
yeah. Well, he fucking does when he eats a deer heart live.
I really wanted to shoot one and eat it.
But Bambi
Next week, we've got what 3 weeks left of the season, and I'm gonna spend I don't have a job, so my job is hunting.
Get a moose this time.
Okay, your job for the next 3 weeks is to kill something. That's your job.
I have tags for 3 stuff. I don't have a tag for a moose though.
Oh.
Did you hear, Steve? Up here, they used to have for moose jaws, and you used to get a special license because most moose draws are for the male moose, but some of them, if you were very lucky, you entered a draw and you got a cow moose, a female moose, and so on the tag it would say cow. And so I remember we had stories. I don't know if it's true, but the legend is American hunters coming up and had a tag for a cow and fucking shot a cow and had to pay the farmer.
Yeah.
No, I got a tag right here.
I heard that story too.
You have.
What the hell? I did.
It's always American hunters coming up from fucking Seattle.
Man, you know what? If you were here in Alberta, you'd be able to get your grizzly license.
Ooh.
Yeah, for tagging a grizzly.
Now, if you shoot a cow here, you needed a tag for the farmer as well.
There you go.
So, as we wind down, because I've ran out of all questions and
I still have more meat to cook.
conversations, we're gonna. You have more meat? Jesus,
Pork.
man.
Oh,
Well, it's gonna go bad. I saved. It's been in the fridge for 4 days. I saved it for tonight.
Oh, that's
cool.
well, no, you can still cook. We're just gonna get to tip of the hat.
You know, Canadian Spider-Man can just add like maybe 2 tablespoons of some kosher salt. Another 2 tablespoons of black pepper, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and onion powder, and then some dried rosemary and dried thyme. See, you add all that in for for a great steak seasoning there.
But then you add a little hint of cum in a bottle, and you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Oh, and have you guys heard of this?
Slap your mama.
Slap your mama.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've never had it. Yeah.
Good
Slap
stuff.
your mama.
It's really, really hot.
Well, fuck it.
Well,
You're gonna have to get some seasoning from.
Here's the question I
Tucker
have
Butt-
before we get to the tip of the hat, guys. I have a question for you, Canadians.
All right.
Can you guys handle? Can you guys handle heat?
Yes, I love it. 45 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees
I'm
Fahrenheit.
not talking
bring it
about
on.
that heat. I'm like talking spice. Like you put some jalapenos, some ghost
On
pepper.
the Skogel units.
I have 7
Who's
hot
asking?
sauces in my fridge right now in the door.
I love hot sauce, but I always have a catch. If it takes away from the taste of the food, it's too damn hot.
Pain is not a flavor.
There you go.
Agreed.
So what I do with jalapenos is when I do pizza, I put jalapenos on it. Now here's the other thing. What I'm about to say is some people might hate me for this. What I say to that is I'll do this is what I do on my pizza.
Okay.
And people kind of forget about it. There's an actual science to this. I will do pepperoni, bacon,
right?
Nice.
Crushed garlic, jalapenos,
Yes.
and pineapple.
Okay.
Now, some people say when you put pineapple shouldn't belong on your pizza because it's a fruit. Well, so is a fucking tomato. You
I
No
love
shit.
you, Steve.
Yeah.
I love you, Steve, but you should never put more than 3 toppings on a pizza.
Well, here's the thing.
What?
I always say you could do 4,
I
but you
haven't
have to.
disagreed with anybody all night, but I'm going to disagree with that one. So as much as you
So
want.
this is what I do. Well, no, I do agree because there's some weight that goes to it. Is how I do it is I balance it out with the jalapenos and pineapple. It works together because it gives it that sweet and spicy.
You get that umami.
Yeah, and there's some people that are so dead set that they'll make it into a fucking war on Twitter. You can't do pineapple. You could do pineapple. I don't care if you like it. If you like avocados on your stupid burger, go for it. If you like tofu, if you're a woman, cool. If you're a guy, you like tofu. I'll pray for you right now. Lord Jesus, 6 pounds, 8 ounces, Lord Jesus.
Nice.
That looks good.
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna get into tip of the hat, and that's gonna.
That's
be fun.
really good.
Need to add banana peppers.
Ooh,
So here on Man-O-Rama, what we like to do is take a step out and go to Starbucks, and you'll find out. We like to go around the table and give a tip to someone who has played an important role in our life. It could be your mother. We've allowed that. It can also be a celebrity if you want. But yeah, we like to go around and give praise for men because they inspired us to be better. Vincent.
Get back to me. Pass.
Okay. Disney Sheeper.
So who do I want to give love to that's been influential in my life
Yeah.
as a man? Jeez. I'll be honest with you. I haven't had many good role models.
All right.
Yeah, I had a good supervisor when I was in the military. I'm not going to use his name, but he got me through some things, and I praise him. He's in my will, so
Okay.
good for him.
Cool. Comic relief.
Okay. Well.
Damn, you
Yeah.
stumped
Okay.
us.
Well, almost. But my tip of the hat goes to none other than Juti Gatwa. Because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't see how far and how much more low Doctor Who could get.
Amen.
Oh, God, yeah.
Amen.
Oh.
There we go.
He thought it was. I don't want to.
With Chibnall, we thought it got worse with Chibnall and friggin', like Miss Dr. Nag. But if it wasn't for him, then truly we wouldn't know how much worse.
Well, you have to give the same amount of credit to Russell Davis for coming back.
True.
Because they're both of them are 10
Yes.
pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag.
That's true. So, thank you, Shudi Gatwa, for providing us with copious amounts of material to make fun of you. That's my tip of the hat.
All right.
Okay, I can.
Canadian Spider-Man.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. My tip of the hat actually. I'd like to take a minute to have a shout out for. I've already done a lot of the people I know in real life. I'd like to say shout out to Kurt Russell, the actor Kurt Russell. Well, number one, he's never stuck his nose into the political or current events. When asked about his opinion on things going around, he said, "I'm just an actor. I have no idea what the real world is like. If I say anything, I'm going to lose half my audience. If I take a side, and what do I know?" So I really respect Russell for that. But also, on a personal note, when he did the movie Soldier, wow. I mean, he was maybe a little younger than I am now, late 40s, 52. But he got in incredible shape, and that was just amazing. And so he was an inspiration for me as an older guy. The older I get, to stay in shape. So shout out to Kurt.
People forget he was a world-class athlete.
I've got to step away just for a second.
He could have played in the major leagues. He was actually drafted. He was also part of an Olympic team as a backup. But he had a lot of injuries. But he could have been somebody special.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Rick.
Yeah.
Well,
his acting job was Gilligan's Island. He played a little boy that washed up on the
Yes.
island. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of struggling with mine this week, to be honest, but somebody gave me an idea. So I'm going to go the other way with Doctor Who, and my tip of the hat is to Tom Baker, who was the first Doctor Who I ever watched, and was probably it is now still a toss-up for me, and it changes every other day. I can't decide now if Tennant is my favorite or if Baker is my favorite.
Boy, I love Tennant.
But either way, that was
Can't go wrong.
That was my first real taste of Doctor Who, and I have to admit, I have been hooked on it ever since I started watching it way back in the day, late nights on OETA. And I've watched every single episode, even the ones that suck.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Well, that's because you're not cool like us, but we already knew that.
No, I like that you said that, because a lot of people complain about shows that they don't even watch because somebody on the internet told them it wasn't any good. Well, if you're a real fan, you watch it, and then if you want to complain, then more power to you. I do the same thing. I watch all the Disney crap, and then I hear people complain. I go, "Hey, did you watch it?" Well, no, so and so said it was bad. I go, "Dude, I watched it. It is bad, but you need to watch it before you run your mouth." I'm one of them people.
I mean, when they start dragging out lesbian space witches, I kind of have a problem.
Yeah.
And I trust Doomcock's word on things because he's got a similar taste to my own, I guess.
Well, somebody's got to take one for the team. So.
Oh man, repeatedly.
And Vincent.
Pass. No. He took my answer. No.
You say that every week.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of my thing, Rick. Don't. That's my thing. Okay.
Excuse me. My name is Rick, and I step on everyone's shtick. Have you not figured this out yet?
Dude, you step on your dick with golf shoes. Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Ow! Why would you? Why?
Okay.
Whenever something happens,
no, I'm going to say this to Canadian Spider-Man. That was a euphemism we used in the military when somebody fucked up real bad. You say, "Dude, you stepped on your dick with golf shoes."
Well, it shows what you know. Mine doesn't hang that low, so it's safe.
If you step on it enough, it will. I once had a swollen uvula, and I thought it was something in my throat, and I kept pulling on it, and eventually I could pull it out to look at it in the mirror, and I could see it was my own uvula. I stopped pulling
God!
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Plus 10 for bringing up uvula in a broadcast. Once again, tip the hat to William Shakespeare, the man who wrote the entire compendium of the human experience in 38 plays, a couple of hundred sonnets. And if you felt it, if you've thought it, he wrote about it.
Compendium. Compendium.
Yep.
That's a big word for you, man.
Jesus.
Hey, this show's getting deep.
I know, right?
Oh,
How
so
deep you
we
wanna
can't
go.
end without going around the table and asking everyone what their favorite spice is, their favorite seasoning is.
Well, I'm going to get to it. Don't worry. Now that you said that.
Dillweed.
You know, right? Come in a bottle. For me, I would say, as a host of this show, you should be more prepared.
Yes, you should.
I say that to myself daily from noon to 3. Oh wait.
Yeah.
I'll say Mel Brooks, and because of how he does comedy, in the sense of I'm not going to let anyone tell me differently. I'm just going to do it.
Right.
Did Blazing Saddles, in racism right there. That's what I think. And then, but he just did his own thing, and I think as men we like to do our own thing and not let anyone push us around or stop us.
Damn
we
right.
might get that sometimes, and we might allow people to stop us for just enough to where we can actually take a step back and breathe, and then we come back hitting harder.
Unpopular opinion.
What?
My favorite Mel Brooks movie is High Anxiety.
I could for you. I could almost see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Steve, I have a question.
Yeah, I may have an answer.
White women at? Hey, where are the white women at?
You're welcome.
So before we do a send off, we're going to go around the table because Canadian Spider-Man actually had a good question. What is your favorite seasoning? So since you came up with the question there, Canadian Spider-Man, what is your favorite seasoning?
Well, coincidentally, I was just about to use some on this pork.
Of course you would.
That's been the theme all night. Y'all should have guessed that.
Of course,
Come in.
you gotta give him a few minutes to work up a batch.
Yeah,
Nothing-
it takes
nothing
him
gonna hit me.
I'm a little concerned that it's all powdered now.
No.
He's an old man.
Vincent, what would be your favorite season?
Actually, I did say it. Dillweed. Dillweed is incredibly
You
rare.
did.
Okay,
No.
that's a good one. Rick.
Still something.
I'm actually
Hole.
maybe no. I was thinking my favorite spice for almost anything is garlic. I mean, it's usually in combination with other things, but garlic is pretty much in everything I cook.
All right. Comic relief.
Well, it's not coming.
You sure about that?
No, I'm very sure. You know, for years, my wife has put garlic in a lot of food, and I do enjoy garlic very much. But if I had to pick a spice, it would be chilies, certain chilies, any kind of chilies. So,
All right.
you know, jalapeno, banana peppers, you know, anything hot. Just love it. So love adding it. Good stuff.
Disney.
Old school pepper. Just
Good
straight
one.
pepper.
Nice.
I put it on everything. So yeah.
For me, I would say pepper.
You put that shit on everything.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
I would say my go-to seasoning is garlic, but spice I like to go with pepper. It's garlic. I could just. It's so good.
You can't say pepper. That's like saying missionary.
Okay.
God.
But
There are so many varieties of pepper. Canadian Spider-Man. There's black pepper, white pepper,
White is right.
Ground pepper, you know. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, I like them little the pepper balls, that crack pepper stuff.
Peppercorn.
Whatever,
pepper.
but it's good.
Yeah. Black crack pepper.
Does it
That
have
is
to be
the-
from a pepper mill? The answer is yes.
Peter Piper picked the pepper.
Yeah. So that is tonight's show. I want to thank everyone. Disney, Comic Relief, Canadian Spider-Man, Vincent, Rick. Thank you very much for coming on. I always enjoy doing the food stuff because we could just talk and talk and talk.
I need help.
Next week, wait, who needs help?
I need help eating all this. I cooked enough for all
Okay.
of you guys.
You're the one who just decided, hey, I'm just going to make a 12-course meal.
I
Hey,
saved all my meat for one night.
If I was closer, I would be there helping you eat it, sir.
Yes. Because that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
So next week's episode is going to be what to expect when you're over expecting. Pretty much what that episode means is we're going to crush the hopes and dreams of every stupid expectation women have and guys have in dating and marriage.
Let's do it.
Because when a woman says, I want a guy who's 6'3", makes about $500,000 a year and all this stuff, she's an idiot. I'm sorry. You're playing moronically stupid.
She needs to be 105 pounds and knows how to make a Dagwood.
And with guys, there are some guys that have the stupidest idea. She has to be a redhead. She has to be blonde. She has to be brunette. Trust me, when you get older, you start to learn a lot of these expectations. You can lower the bar a little bit.
You can.
I know Canadian Spider-Man's like, well, yes, you can. So if you want to see us probably piss off the feminists and the male feminists, that will be the episode for it. That will be next week.
Nice.
2 weeks for a Halloween special. We will be doing a conspiracy theory night. Yes. It'll be fun.
And
talk about cults and conspiracy and what?
I'm excited about the 2-year anniversary, Steve.
I'm gonna say, don't forget to pimp your 2-year show.
Yeah.
It's a 2-year show, and speaking of
and in 3 weeks during the election, here in America as the world goes crazy. We will be celebrating 2 years. That'll be starting around 5 p.m. Pacific time. Either 5 or 6. I haven't decided yet, but it's going to be
What
a
are you
little
going
bit
to be
longer.
drinking that night?
I'll be having something a little bit.
No, we all will.
Everything.
Yeah.
As Americans, it's our duty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in the bylaws.
Well,
Yes.
we're basically your 52nd state, right?
We want to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of pimping,
I
I'd like to let all the listeners know that our very own Rancor Steve will be joining me as a guest on my show, The Vincent Charles Project, this coming Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Which you can access through the KLRN Twitter page. So
is it going to be on YouTube? What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's going to be on YouTube.
No,
It'll be on Twitter.
Nice.
It'll be on YouTube,
Twitter.
Facebook, Rumble, Live
Okay.
5 and Spreaker.
Yeah, because I should be off.
All right.
Back to normal schedule now. Yay.
So I'm pretty excited to do that. I know I'm supposed to go on Ordy's conspiracy podcast soon. He said pick a conspiracy. There's so many. I don't know how many pick, but I'll have to figure that one out.
Pick the most obscurest one you can think of, and the odds are very good he's heard of it.
That'll probably be
Titanic's my favorite one.
that'll be sometime in
Especially
November.
when it comes to making the front stage.
Does it say that again, Rick?
I said that'll probably have to be sometime in November because we're booked up doing vampires for the rest of the month.
Yeah, I imagine it was going to be in November.
Right.
But yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone. He's going to be the next.
Elvira.
Elvira. Wow.
Hey, can I give a quick shout out to somebody?
Yeah.
Well, next weekend I'll be in Texas. They're doing that sci-fi space con thing.
Okay.
Snow Dub and a Ironcaster and Snacks and Friends and some other folks are going. So I'm finally going to meet them. I just wanted to, in case they see it, I just want to say, hey,
Yeah, that's cool.
Outstanding.
Yeah. And maybe
may
one
be going
day
to
we can meet somewhere.
Yeah. I may be going to a convention here soon. I don't know which one. You might see me around. You'll be like, wow, you're a lot shorter than you look.
Well, let me know. And I'm probably a little bit bigger than you think. So,
well, I already know you're bald, so that's a good thing.
I'm actually not bald. I just keep my hair short.
Oh, so you're holding on to your hair.
So Steve's going to a convention, so remember to bring your long scarf and your sonic screwdriver.
Yeah.
But on that note, I want to thank everyone. This is fun. We'll see you guys next week. Let everyone know it's going to be a lot of fun as we rip into these stupid expectations because, my gosh. On that note, I would like to let President Trump do a send-off.
And we say bye-bye.
Hail Hydra.
I knew it. I knew it. You said it last week after the show. You said, I'm going to do it right before. I knew it.
That was worth the price of admission, let me tell you. Hey, thanks for having me on, Rancor. Thank you.
Since I can't say it to Amish this week, I'm going to say it to you. There's no hailing of the Hydra. We've had this discussion.
All right. I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Peace out, brothers.